Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the final day of Gen Con 2023. It has been an experience.
I feel
super.
That final day,
yes,
but it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been spectacular. I mean, we've been doing a bunch through the weekend, demoing games, playing hardcore versions of games. If you can't hear Arkham Horror LCG going on right now, you might throughout the stream. Obviously still running Unlimited behind us, and it's been spectacular. It's been a blast seeing a bunch of new people come through, seeing a bunch of repeat people come through and playing the games that they play every year at the booth. They come back to play, and it's just been a blast. It's been a blast. But I'm also ready for it to be the last day of Gen Con 2023.
You don't want to do another 3 days? You sure?
If you make me, I will. But as you can tell, you've seen me and Jim before, but you may not have met Derek, aka Charmer, before.
Yes.
So Derek, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll ask you why you're here.
All right, hello. I'm a Gemini. I like long walks on the beach, and I enjoy card games a lot.
Oh, hey, look at
I
that.
have been playing them since '94. Please don't do the math and give me a hard time about my age. But I've been playing them for a long time, and so one of the things that I do is I do broadcast coverage for competitive games, and then I also do some podcasts with some very good friends of mine. And one of the reasons I'm here is because I have a podcast called Wampa Radio with my good friend Flake, and we just recently announced we're adding Doa from esports. If you follow that, you'll know who that is. And we're covering Star Wars Unlimited, and so I wanted to show up and demo the game, and it's been delightful.
Yeah.
And the biggest win for me is that my son loves it probably more than I do. Even as we're doing this, he is over there.
The camera angle.
Yeah.
He just got back in line. He's right there. Just finished the game and is back in line.
He is in fact back in line. He has played every opportunity that he could. So
yeah, it was spectacular. We were chatting for a while yesterday, and he went through at least twice, maybe even a third time. Yeah, it's been super fun. So, you told a little bit about your experience. Is it what you have expected based on what we've talked about?
Now that I've finally got my hands on the cards, it has, been refreshingly exactly what I thought it was going to be. Awesome. So when I got to read the rules and kind of understand how the game was going to play, obviously you have those kind of preconceptions, but you don't know until you go through the motions, right?
Right.
Myself, again, I've played a lot of games over my time, and so this one has so many nice things that are familiar, so it makes picking it up very easy, but also very accessible. So again, my son is 10 years old, and he's already picked it up. He's won against other players, right? And so it's one of those things where I think this is going to be one of those games that is easy to learn, hard to master, and that is the kind of hallmark of any good card game in my mind, but really just going through the motions and kind of confirming that, yes, it does play exactly the way I expected it to after reading the rules was big for me. It also just feels good to have cards in your hand, right? There's only so much excitement you can have for when you see stuff digitally, but when you finally get to shuffle up cards and play them and do the cool thing, right? So in this game, deploying the leader is such a big swing turn moment. It's very addicting very quickly. So that's been, I think for me anyway, the highlight or the relief is that it plays exactly the way I expected it to, and that's only a good thing.
Nice. Well, I think that's great. I'm glad that you're enjoying it as much as we have been enjoying it.
Yes, it's been really cool to see people come in and play it throughout the weekend. We've been packed in the hall, we've been packed back here at the demo area. Does that kind of turnout surprise you as someone who's played some of our games in the past?
It does surprise me because there's usually two hurdles with card games when they're getting ready to launch, at least in my experience. The first is getting people who've never played a card game to try it because they might be intimidated, they think it's too complex or just not really their thing. And I think that being Star Wars, that really helps, so people are more willing to try it. But the other thing that really stands out to me about this is that it's not just my son who's been through the line a bunch of times. Even before we went live on this broadcast, there was a gentleman that I know I saw yesterday here, and I've seen a bunch of other people. And so when you get people who try it, and then this is Gen Con, there's endless things to do, but they keep wanting to come back and play. That's the part that excites me and that also surprises me, is that you've had so many kind of repeat people. And so for the turnout, I think that's a big boon, because there's obviously a lot of other games that people could be demoing or doing here, and I keep seeing people come back, and the area has been full every time I've walked by.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice. Great. Well, thank you for joining us for this part of it. But now it's time to talk business. That's why we got the business guy here.
Here we go.
So Jim, we've got a few things that we want to talk about. Why don't let's just start at the top.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so last year, our big kind of reveal at the end of Gen Con was for Star Wars: The Deck Building Game. And we launched that earlier this year. It's a great success. We've heard so many people who are excited about the game, excited for its future, wondering what's going to be next for the line. And I will tell you, I can't show you that yet. But we're trying something at Fantasy Flight where we're trying to be more transparent further out. So that might mean that I don't have assets to show you right now. I can't talk too much about it, but I want you to know that we are supporting Star Wars: The Deck Building Game going forward. We have expansion content already in our pipeline, and we're expecting to see that come out later next year. But we want to at least get you aware that it is coming. We are excited about it, and we want to make sure that you have content that you can expect for that going forward.
Good.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I really, really tried to say that, to convince people that we could talk about more than just that.
Right.
And I was, couldn't do it. So.
Well, for that one, we're the most limited on what we can talk about / show.
Yes.
So that's great. We've got something else we wanted to talk about.
I do have something else. Yep. We want to talk about. So there are a lot of Arkham Horror fans that we have within the FFG fan base, and yeah, you're a big Arkham Horror fan.
Yeah.
Love it. Did you ever play Unfathomable?
I've not played Unfathomable.
Okay, well,
I've played the card game for Arkham Horror, and then I own several versions of the board game.
All right, well, we're gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to get you to
we'll
play
fix that.
Unfathomable, but we're very excited to announce that again next year we will be releasing the first expansion for Unfathomable, and again, I'm not going to give you the title, but I can at least give you something to look at and kind of start to think about where we're taking the direction of this expansion product with the image from the cover of the game. So this is going to give you a glimpse into some of the things that we might have planned. There's some Easter eggs in there. There's some opportunity to explore that. I'm very curious to see the community talk about it and guess what it is that we might be adding to that experience based on what they know of the game. But yeah, I'm super excited. Again, next year we will be releasing the expansion for Unfathomable.
Nice. Wonderful. And those were 2 announcements.
Yes.
The final thing we have to talk about is something that's coming out next month.
Descent, Betrayer's War.
Betrayer's War, Act 2.
Yes.
We did that at the same time.
We did. It was like it was planned, but
Right,
it wasn't.
It was not.
So, Descent, Act 2, Betrayer's War, as Josh said, coming out next month. We are excited to bring the next chapter of this incredibly epic adventure. I won't go into spoilers for those who haven't played through Act 1. My personal group campaign has not finished yet.
I feel like we're so close,
We
though.
are very close. But we will be ready by the time Act 2 drops. We've talked about it. We've made sure it's going to happen. Hopefully everyone's able to get a chance to either has played through it, has picked it up. If not, never been a better time to get into Descent. The Act 1 is available at your local retailers, but Act 2 is going to be the next chapter of that experience. So some of the decisions you've made up to this point will be brought into that game, and it's one of the advantages of that app side based content is we can kind of blend that together. So hopefully everyone's going to go out and either pick up their Act 1 if they haven't yet. You're going to pick up that. Do you have Act 1?
I don't have Act 1. I have the other Descents, but I haven't picked up Betrayer's Journey yet.
All right, cool. So we're going to have to get you, make sure you got that played before this one drops.
I would love to. I got to find a local group is my problem.
Right.
And time. Probably time is also a factor. So, but yes, we want to thank everybody for, those who attended, those who are watching at home. It's been a huge Gen Con for us. We're really excited. And before, as we sign out, we just want to, we'll roll a new trailer for Descent. But before that,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks.